I'm Clarence Waldron. Welcome back to Black Muse. Tonight's guest is the marvelous Melba Moore. The famed singer, actress was on our show before, but she's back today to discuss her new book, her life story. This is it, Marvelous and Getting Better. Let us just start right there. How you doing, Melba?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me back.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's start at the top. What inspired you to sit down and write your life story? This is it, Marvelous and Getting Better.
Thank you for asking me. Well, it was a great idea of my daughter who said, Ma, everybody but you got a book. You need to get a book started. So I said, oh, okay, well, where do we start? What do we do? So my daughter Charlie has spearheaded this book, and she got me a co-writer to help me put it into such clever language. His name is Kevin Taylor, and our publicist, who's kind of spearheading the whole project here to make sure that it gets out and everybody knows about it, is Angela Ellaby. And so that's why I decided to do it now. I probably should have done it before, but getting around to it now.
Right, right. How would you describe your book? Is it a tell-all, show business tell-all?
Actually, Clarence, my life is too long to tell it all.
Okay.
So we started with a memoir because we thought, well, first of all, it's my first book. So instead of trying to do the whole autobiography, which I think would have taken much, much, much longer, this one took a few months and it's a lot of work. And so we decided to do a memoir so that we could start small.
Got it. Now, were there certain chapters that you look back on that were difficult for you to write? Were there any events in your life that like, oh gosh, no?
Well, I haven't had time to look back on anything. My schedule is so busy. I get to kind of peruse the book as I talk about it with people, and they ask me questions about different areas of it that they may be interested in, because it's only just coming out now. But of course, I went through it thoroughly as we were writing it. So I haven't had a chance to look back really much on anything except what people ask me questions about.
Got it. Got it. What do you hope readers will get from the book? What do you want us to get from once we have read the book?
Well, for one thing, it's never too late. I'm kind of a late bloomer, and I find that even though that's the case, and so many of the things that I talk about in the book and that I realize happened in my life, it's never too late. That's the first thing I want to tell people. The other thing is life can be very bumpy and very difficult. And I don't want to speak for someone else, but as difficult as it might be, I hope that you have some help and some encouragement so that you don't give up.
Got it. Now, your title of the book is very clever. This is it, one of your big, big records, Marvelous and Getting Better. Is that what you're saying, that life is better, it will get better?
Yes, because especially if you have a chance to get some longevity, you look back on some things that perhaps you thought were really terrible and you appreciate what you got out of them. And that's called wisdom. And that never comes easily. And I think that what you're supposed to do in life, if you survive it, well, none of us survive it in the end, but as long as you can, you want to get better at something. And perhaps the thing that you get better at is understanding a little bit of some of the patterns in your life that have made you have a good life.
Okay. Now let's go over some of the career highlights of your career, your life. You and Clifton Davis had a variety TV show back in the 70s. Tell us about that.
That was definitely a high point in both our lives. Neither one of us had done television before, so we started at the top.
Okay.
That was definitely a highlight. We were having a romantic relationship at the time. And at the time, Sonny and Cher were huge. So we were kind of compared with Sonny and Cher. So that's a pretty explosive, exciting way to have your life start off, both in your career and in your romantic life. Of course, both of us have gone on to other romances and other relationships, but that was definitely a high point for both of us.
Okay. And then also early on in your career, you replaced Diane Keaton in the Broadway's Hair. and you were the first Black woman to replace a white woman on Broadway. What was that like? Did you know that you were making history, Melba, at that time?
Or you couldn't help but know it, because I don't think I would have gotten the front page of the entertainment section of the New York Times if I had been white and replaced her.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
You get some awareness that this is quite a breakthrough. And of course, I'm a Black woman, so don't forget our ancestors came here as slavery, and we're still trying to overcome those things. There's no way you cannot know that that was a huge breakthrough. But as an actor, as a performer, I'm not sure I really quite got it, because I didn't study acting. It was not my thought or my dream to be in theater, but there I was. So I had a lot of things that I was dealing with, trying to get accustomed to or understand, and things that happen in such explosive, revolutionary types of way. It's not possible for you to take it all in.
Okay. Now, did you ever meet Diane Keaton at all throughout the years? Did you ever meet her?
Well, we were in the same play together,
Oh,
Hair.
so you knew her during that time before you
Right.
replaced
We
her.
shared a dressing room together.
Oh,
We were good friends. Yeah.
oh, nice. Now, continuing on, you did Pearlie. Ooh,
Yes.
and you won the Tony Award Best Featured Actress in the Musical category. Describe that moment, because you were the first there as well, the first Black
Well,
woman.
once again, because Hair was my first Broadway show, no theater background, didn't even go to the theater. No theater background. I went to Performing Arts High School in Newark, New Jersey, but we studied opera, not theater.
Hmm.
So just totally unexpected. I didn't really have a manager at that time, or an agent, but I got the word from one of my fellow actors in Hair that said, well, Melba, you should start auditioning for shows, because I didn't get Hair through an audition. It was another extraordinary incident of the way that it happened. Uh, so getting a Tony Award for Pearlie was just, it's still leaving me speechless. Huh? I know I got to say something, but
So silly.
it was such a wonderful experience. Let me put it that way first. But there was so much to adjust to that I can't put it all into words. And one of the things I was adjusting to was becoming the featured actor in Pearlie. I started opposite Cleavon Little. I had the female lead. And that was really my second acting role, period.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, so I'm trying to put into words for someone who wasn't there, just how really extraordinary it was. I'm trying to paint a picture for you. I don't want you to say it was great, it was exciting. I want you to kind of understand it was ridiculous.
Mm. Wow. Now, moving on to a more recent honor, you got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That had to be a tremendous moment for you, Melba. Can you describe
Absolutely.
that?
And of course, you've heard about the Hollywood Walk of Fame. That's not a concept you have to get used to, because I really didn't know about the Tony Award because I wasn't in the theater. But the Hollywood Walk of Fame star just was not in my view. I wasn't thinking about that. But I was enjoying my life as an entertainer, looking at the challenges, seeing what my next concert project or touring project or recording project was going to be. And of course, I've done some films, so seeing if that was going to happen. And when the Walk of Fame happened, and my partner and manager, Ron Richardson, told me we were at the end of the process and that he had been going through it over the last couple of years or so without really keeping me up to date as to what was going on. By the time we got to the end of it, and he told me what it took, but still there was several thousands of dollars that had to be paid for it. I thought, oh, well, that was a wonderful thought. I didn't think, we'd really get it. But an incredible person by the name of Cat Williams came through and paid the fee. So there that was. So I'm trying to say that out there at the ceremony, I was trying to kind of get used to the fact that, first of all, this is a permanent award. Look around at me at the event and see the people who were there to support me and to make it happen, and I try to take it all in. I mean, it was one of the persons. She's an incredible person. She's very articulate, and of course, her field is speaking because she's a comedian. I'm talking about Lunel.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
She was saying something, and I don't think about one of the people who were going to wish me well. And she said, "No,
Mm.
Melba, I got it. I got it." And so, and I know Lunel, I've been with her, and she's an incredible person, but I was getting to see how strong a person she is, and and um and how genuine a person she is. And then I looked around and I saw Frida Payne, my dear friend from over the years, and I'm saying, "Oh my God, we've been friends for a close time. We had our children together." I'm looking around, I'm seeing Tisha Campbell. I said, "Well, why is Tisha here?" She, she says, "Miss Moore, you remember when I came to your office and we were asking you to manage us because I was trying to get into show?" I said, "Yeah, it was like that, seeing people in person that been part of your life, that it culminated into the Hollywood Walk of Fame." I wrote a speech, but I don't think I said it.
Okay, yeah, just so excited. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, wow. Now, one more time, here we go again. There's a street named after you there in Newark, New Jersey, where you grew up. So talk about that. Another marvelous moment for Melba Moore.
This looks like it's the kind of a golden time in my life. And our time where I attended is so special to me because it's, first of all, it's kind of like a high point in my family life coming to such a fruitful, um, so that it continues to be fruitful, but the beginning of the fruitfulness of my life, because those are the formative years. And I started it out as an only child of a single parent who was a performer, who was gone all the time. And the only relative that I had with me was my grandmother, who had had strokes. So she was invalid. She couldn't speak. And the most prominent person in my life was my nanny, who took care of me. But now, what Newark and having a street named after me means it's the culmination of becoming a family and the family making you whole so that you can discover who you are to the point where they want you to be remembered in Newark by having a street named after you. That's what, I mean, family, that's your first community. That's where I discovered that I had a voice. I mean, a singing voice.
Hmm.
So having a street named after you, I mean, it takes the legislature, the political structure of the system. It takes all of that to make that happen. And so I realize and I accept that, first of all, I'm a good citizen
Okay, okay.
because I think that's one of the things that allowed me to go into a lot of different areas. I really want to serve and be good use to people. So I've done a lot of volunteer work, and I'm sure that kicks in, and people know you from seeing you at different events that are not necessarily performances. So they know you as a citizen. Of course, at Arts High, the street is right across from Arts High.
Well, is it? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so that's why I keep I'm remembering in my mind is it's you walk across the street and you can see Melba Moore Boulevard.
Mm.
And so I'm thinking about uh, learning to be a performing artist as well as a music teacher, as well as a public servant. From learn that the privilege of service from my family in that spirit. It just means so much. It means that's what I mean by being a good citizen. You're not just popular.
Yes, yes, yes. Um, out of all your songs, which one can you not sing? Which one, must you sing every night? Is it like this is it? You stepped into my life, which is my favorite. Love's coming at you. Is there any one that you know you've got to do this one tonight?
Well, usually I have to end whatever song I sing is fabulous, but I usually have to end it with Ben McCoy's "Lean on Me." I mean, he wrote
Okay.
it, but I sang it. Yeah,
Yes.
my recording of "Lean on Me."
Yes.
And even if that's not the case, I can tell from the audience there may be a situation where it's not music, but maybe I'll bring my track and I'm going to sing some songs anyway. And I'll that always, like, it just brings everybody together, whatever the occasion is. I get to show off my heart, my voice, and it usually touches people no matter what their background or what their what their race or creed is, whatever their belief is, they still are moved by that song.
Yeah. And you have an incredible range and power. You still have that. You had it back then and you have it now. It's amazing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Now, also there's one song that I like. It's from a 1972 Melba Moore live album called Then We Can Try Again. You remember that song?
Now that you say it, I hadn't thought about it. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, that song was recorded by then the New Supremes. They had a new lead singer, and she sang
Oh.
that song. And I just covered. I like the song.
Yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful song. Love it, love it, love it. Now, also, who are your friends in show business? Who are your people that you like to hang out with?
Well, I don't do a lot of hanging out. Don't have too much time for that. But trying
Right.
to see. Well, I was just with Valerie Simpson yesterday because we did a book meet and greet at her place called the Sugar Bar, and we've been friends
Yes.
years and years and years and years and years and years. She actually brought me into the industry. I'm trying to think. Friends with Cheryl Lee Ralph. I was just telling you, Lunell, Frida Payne, um, a bunch of people that I keep calling Tisha Campbell.
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
keep
Yeah.
I don't know. We stay in touch with each other one way or another.
Right. Right. Tell us a little bit more about your daughter, because you mentioned her earlier, but she produced your most recent album, Imagine. Talk
Yes.
about that for a minute,
Well,
please.
she was the executive producer. She's not a musician, but she's very musical, of course, because she comes from our family, which is in music production as well as music performance.
Mm-hmm.
And it was her idea for me to do the current album, Imagine, because she thought she had some songs that would suit me now that she'd like to hear me do. And she had some songwriter, producer friends whose music that she liked that she wanted me to collaborate with. So she's never produced anybody else before. I mean, as executive producer, but I thought, well, we brought her up in the industry, so let me hear what she has to say. And if I don't like it, then of course I don't have to do it. But um, I got to see her insight into how she sees me as a performer and how the songs translate for me in terms of singing a love song that I can sing at my age and not look like I'm trying to get out and catch a boyfriend or something.
Okay.
And still stay vital and relevant. I was when I say surprised, I don't mean that I didn't think she had it, but I haven't seen her exercise those talents before in someone else. So I'm the first one that she's executive produced. So I was, very beautifully surprised to see what her insight has been, because like I said, she's grown up in this industry, but that doesn't mean you have any kind of expertise to be able to do it. And I guess we couldn't have had such a nice family fare if she hadn't brought me such great songs, but it turned out really good.
Right, right, right. Now, how did you celebrate your recent birthday? And do you share your age? I know your age, but do you share that publicly and all that good stuff?
No, I said, some things I'd like not to have to tell people if I don't want to. And I'm sure if they can Google it and find that out themselves. But I had a surprise. I had several different celebrations.
Hmm.
I was taken out for dinner by my family and we celebrated. And I had this incredible cake by a radio personality in Philadelphia by the name of Shayla. You might know who she is.
Yeah, yes.
And she had this incredible carrot cake that I've never tasted anything like that. I didn't want to eat the face because she had my picture on
Okay.
on the front of it.
Okay.
And I'm going to celebrate it some more because I don't think you can celebrate it all in one day.
Yes, yes. Where can we purchase your book, This Is It? How can we get a hold of that?
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com. Okay, got it. Before you go away, I gotta ask you about your friend Freddie Jackson. How is he
Oh,
doing and all that good stuff?
as far
Freddie
as I know,
Jackson.
he's doing well. He had some health issues recently, but I think he's doing okay. And of course, he wished me happy birthday, and I wished him happy birthday, and we're still very close friends.
Got it. We're almost done. How would you like to be remembered, Melba? Another 80 years from now, just down the line, how would you like to be remembered?
Well, she had some long, high notes, certainly that, but she was a person who cared about people.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Anything else you want to share? I mean, this interview went by nice and fast and quick and ready. Anything else on your mind?
Oh, I should let your listeners and viewers know that I have a new house song out that is being considered for a possible Grammy called No Filter.
Oh,
So
okay.
you
No
should go
filter.
listen to that, please.
Oh, no filter. Okay. We'll definitely do that. All right. Anything else that you want to share? We okay now?
Well, I'm going to be on tour with Climax and Shirley Jones.
I'm scared of that. I'm scared of that.
That's going to
Okay.
be rough. And our MC is going to be Monique.
Okay. Okay.
And quite a few interesting tours like that are
Okay.
shaping up now.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
did I
that's
say Karen White? Yeah, I'm going to be on tour with her.
Karen White as well. Okay.
Well, yes.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Women
All
and
right.
lots more.
Lots more to come. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. I really appreciate seeing you again and having this moment. So thank you again.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
So before we go away, I got to do one quick little, I call this a commercial time. I've got to give a quick shout out to Howard Sandifer and his wife, Darlene Sandifer. They're the founders of the Chicago West Community Music Center. And this whole video podcast was their idea. They said, let's have lively conversations with our legends like Melba Moore. So here we are today. And
Well,
also,
thank them for bringing me on too then.
absolutely, yes, indeed. And also for the viewers, please click like and subscribe. Please click like and subscribe. We must get our numbers up now. So do me a favor, click like and subscribe. Thank you. See you next week.